Hello. Good morning, all. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello, Leticia. Hi, Tushar.
Hi.
Let's wait a few more minutes because in my list, we were supposed to have more people that confirm it. You're gonna be with us. For me this morning, probably for you, afternoon or evening. For Tushar is already evening, isn't it?
Yes. It's evening 6:30.
Yeah, it's Friday evening.
Yes.
Where are you from, Leticia?
I'm from São Paulo, Brazil.
So Leticia is also good morning with me.
Yes.
It's the Brazilian Mafia, Tushar.
Exactly.
There's a Brazilian Mafia in this course, this edition.
That's good.
So 5 minutes and to see if someone, I'm gonna check if there are new messages in our communication forum. Just 1 second. Yeah, we do have 3 friends that said that they're going to join us today. So let's wait just a little bit. Have you had the time to go through chapter 1?
Yes, I have gone through, and I like the more focus on the local part. So that was quite interesting. And also in this week, actually, I read one critique of SDG also. Like, it's more focused on more financial and that aspect and infrastructure aspect. But what about ecology, the ecological loss? I would definitely forward you that write-up. Quite interesting. I like that. Means, you tend to, the Scandinavian countries are more above because of SDGs. But at the ecological point of view, they are not matching nowhere near. So
Yeah.
it was very quite interesting. And actually, I have a good friend like, Professor Ilan Kelman, sir. So he has sent me a lot of the review of SDGs after 5 years, what actually is happening. And when we talk of the achieving the targets, we are way behind that. So it was quite an interesting. So but
That's
still
great. Have you finished task 1?
not yet, but I will complete it tomorrow itself because almost I've read it, but the recommended readings I need to go through. Once I go,
Yeah,
I will definitely.
you only have extra 2 days for that.
Exactly. No, I've gone through. I've gone through a few videos as well as the few part I have covered somewhere because previously actually I was selected for an UNFCCC course Paris Agreement on climate change as a development agenda. So few things I know, but somehow as the local perspective, as this course is more focused on the localizing aspect. Actually, I'm trying to gain from that perspective also. So it will take some time, but I'm surely.
It's gonna be good for task 2.
Exactly.
And what about you, Leticia? Did you have the time? Or Rodrigo is explaining you so much that you don't have time for that?
No, I did have time to the readings, but I did not. I didn't did the questionnaire. So I'm at this part of chapter 1.
I think, let me see how many of you. Oh, only 4. I have to send a message so people must remember to finish their questionnaires.
Actually, it's just one attempt, no? So I thought like, to be prepared and then give.
Yeah, it's
Rather than-
simple. It's not that difficult, and it's simple. I think it's just 10 questions. So with
Yes.
10 minutes, you'll be able, and if you have any doubts,
Exactly.
you can go through the baseline document and you'll be able to
Exactly.
see what if you
Yeah,
have. Of course, there are some trick questions with trick answers, but
yes.
I'm sure you'll get it.
Surely, surely. 10, 17, 16.
Okay, there's some people asking me for the Zoom link here on the what's
Hey, we can have a WhatsApp group. So it will be good because it's better way to get connected as well as the posting rather than because sometimes you have to browse through mail. Yes.
people must remember things from the general communication forum, they don't go to your email. You have to check in the platform. Only the message that we send go in the course announcements. Those are the ones that you receive in your email, but the general communication forum you don't, so you have to check it.
Exactly.
Otherwise you miss because it's kind of a forum with some information to see if you're paying attention. So that's why we do add things there. I just sent Agatha. I think it's Agatha. But just send her she might be joining us. And we had some colleagues, they just sent me a note today saying that they have to drop the course because they're full of work, and in fact she got promoted this week, and she will not be able to do because she's full of new work and new responsibilities. So she was very sorry, but I said, come next edition. We have in our group one colleague that she started last edition. She was not able to finish due to professional issues, and she came back this year. So probably this is gonna happen with some others. And I also had the feeling that some people joined the course with the idea that won't take that long. I won't have to do tasks. It's gonna be easy. I can do it on a Monday morning, something like that during the weekend. And if you really want to learn, you need to dedicate a little more time than expected. And sometimes it's not possible, and I think we do understand, but if you're not going to be able to do this, please send a note, send an email, something like that, because everybody is asking me for the link on the Zoom from my WhatsApp. Nobody saw the communication forum. It's so funny. But please send a message because we do have a waiting list. And as fast as people say, I'm not going to do the course, we'll be able to add extra people to the course. And I remember something from the last edition. The best students we had, they're all from the waiting list. Because I can't remember why they were not, how can I say, join us at first sight, because they do the balance between regions, countries, female, male. There's all this balance, and probably because of that, they were not selected at first time. But it was so funny. They were the best students that we had last edition.
So you
Frankie
can
is
have
joining us. Sorry.
you can have one suggestion. One suggestion is that you can have, like, in the course itself, and before coming, like, are you able to commit? Because then that's the way, actually. Then there need to be some seriousness. Otherwise, it will be like,
Yeah.
So that's
Good
good. Then
morning,
I think
Frankie.
Hello, good evening.
It's good evening. For me, it's good morning. Because you'll find out in a few seconds, there's a Brazilian mafia in this course. So for the Brazilians, and we are 3 here now because Agatha just arrived, it's good morning. So for
Okay.
you and for Tushar, it's good evening.
Okay, so how many Brazilian mafia here?
There's a lot of Brazilians in this edition. Not because the teacher is Brazilian, but the good part, we are supposed to speak Portuguese and nobody will understand.
Unfortunately.
And you can join us with the Portuguese.
Yes.
So looking at my list, I think that everybody's here now. There was an extra person to join us, but he's not here with us. You are all with 2 last points in your note because you're not looking at your communication forum where we're supposed to see the link for this. You keep expecting messages in your emails. You're not looking the platform, which means you are not doing your homework.
You're
no,
right.
actually, I did, communicate, but the problem is to log into that platform. Actually, I need to do a lot of, like, some technical software stuff. I need to, on the VPN. So it's very challenging, for a few days I struggled with that.
I know this meeting is being recorded, and I'm sure we can, how can I say, delete a few parts, and you never heard that from me, but sometimes the platform, it's quite difficult. And I know that some of you have faced some technical problems, but once you get used to that, it's going to be easy to work with it, because it's there are a lot of things that it makes it very easy to use, but you have to get used to. That's why what now we have called the chapter 0. It's an adaptation time for you, and you had problems in this time. And we have Ozzy is joining with us today, and then that's why sometimes it's kind of hard to find things, but then when you get used to that, you're going to see that it's quite easy to find the message, because like I said, the communications we send, like me and Elisa, you will get in your email. What I write or your colleagues write in the communication forum, you don't receive it in your email. Just like Vil sent a message yesterday, he found a translation error in task 2, because the course, it's English, French, and Spanish, and Elisa is responsible for putting all together. So sometimes I do send things in Spanish or in English, and then she translates to French, and things arrive in French and she translates to English. So we might find some translation errors. And Vili found and sent this for us in the communication forum. I was the only one to answer. So
Yeah,
pay
you can-
attention. Well,
simplest ways you can utilize the translator. That's what I did. When the first time I opened the website,
the best friend.
I couldn't understand the Catalan, so I
But
just
there-
translated.
But there's a better one than Google Translator called DeepL, deepl.com. The translations, how can I say? Sometimes Google Translator is very literally the translation, and things comes wrong. And DPL, they have more academic and more even they say it's formal if you want to find it formal or informal. So it's a better version. So let's start. We have been chatting for almost 10 minutes. Welcome to everybody. Thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you all here. We have been doing this course for 3 years. This is the third edition. I'm Cid Blanco. You have seen my other video, my presentation video, and my chapter 1 video. I do expect that you have already seen the chapter 1 video. And it's a pleasure to have you all here. The idea of this meeting today, it's for us, not for me, but for us to know each other, because I think this course is a unique opportunity of not only of learning, but of knowledge exchange. It's an opportunity for us to talk to each other, to learn with other people's experience. And unfortunately today, our colleagues from UCLG and Diputación Barcelona are not able to be with us because they are on seminar on medium cities. So Fernando just opened the room for me and left. And but it's like they always say, there's UCLG and Diputación Barcelona. They have been doing this course and other learning initiatives. So you can go through UCLG learning webpage, and you're gonna not only find this course, but there are others available. They have the mocks where you can learn by yourself. So if you want to learn more, you can go through UCLG learning and find more opportunities. They have several very good publications that can also not only help you, but bring some up-to-date information that can help your work, your academic life. And especially in the English course, we're gonna have people from all over the world. So I have students from Ecuador to Timor-Leste. We have people from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from Midwest. Have some colleagues from Central Europe, some from Latin America. There's the Brazilian mafia that you already know that we are here. And so we are always give more than one opportunity of time and hour for our meetings. Because, for example, for Tushar and for Frankie, it's already evening, and for me, Leticia and Agatha, it's not early morning, but it's morning. I don't know where Olgi is. Where are you? Can you hear us?
Agatha is there.
Agatha is here again with us, but she's not on vacation anymore, because last week she was just making us envy of the beautiful nature she had around. She's working today.
I have a question about this course. So
please,
it's from UCLG, but also from Barcelona government. I was kind of confused about this information.
Yeah.
To know.
It's from Barcelona Council. It's Diputación de Barcelona. It's not from the municipality of Barcelona. So
Okay,
it's a
but
partnership
it's a
between,
partnership.
yeah, it's a partnership between both of them. And they have been doing this together. And in UCLG, it's especially UCLG Learning
Okay.
who is leading the process inside UCLG, and including because when you enter the platform, you see that it's in Catalan, because the platform is from Diputación Barcelona. That's why you're going to find things in Spanish or Catalan in the platform. And then you have the logo and things like that. I'm not sure OG's listen to us. I think it, oh, you're here.
Yes, I'm here.
Good.
I'm just not in a proper position, so I don't open my camera, but I'm here.
Okay, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Where are you right now?
I'm in Istanbul now, and at home.
But in which part of the world?
Turkey.
Okay,
Thank you.
amazing. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. And since you have already started talking about that you're in Turkey, the idea here is for you to talk to us. Where are you from? What do you do in your work or in your studies? And how do you see the connection between your work, studies, and the Agenda 2030? I will start myself, so for you to have an idea. I'm an architect and urban planner from Brazil. I have been working with urban sustainable development for a few years. I was government for several years, and I have been working for different international agencies in projects regarding sustainable urban development. Myself, I coordinate an observatory on SDG 11 on metropolitan areas in Brazil. I also coordinate a publication for the Institutes of Architects of Brazil, where we select projects and plans regarding each of the SDGs. It's a collection that by 2030 will be 10 volumes. We are in the second edition, and we are doing lives during the Urban October together with UN Habitat and some of our colleagues, including ICLEI, where Leticia works, presenting the different projects that we have selected during this year. So since I talked about ICLEI, Leticia, would you like to present yourself to our colleagues?
Yes, hi, my name is Leticia. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. And I'm also an architect and urban planner. And I work at ICLEI as a low carbon assistant. So my job is mostly related to the SDGs. So we work a lot with a lot of cities in Brazil and South America, because I work at South America desk of ICLEI. So we work with climate change and mitigation, all this stuff related to the 2030 agenda and the climate change. So I have worked as well before ICLEI at São Paulo City Hall municipality. So I have always been working like with this kind of stuff, and with governs and local governments, and that's it. I don't know what else to say.
No, perfect. Thanks. I'm from São Paulo, but now I live in Rio de Janeiro. So, and I have already worked with the clay, and both Rodrigos are very good friends of mine. So, thanks for joining us. Frankie, wake up. I know it's late in Timor-Leste?
Yeah. Hi, this is me, Frankie. I'm in Timor-Leste now. I'm officially trained as an accountant, but I've been work as a development workers for more than 2.5 years with the Embassy of Japan in Timor-Leste. But currently, I work with the ZIZ, German Development Corporation, for almost 3 years. And yeah, what I'm doing is mainly related to SDG to 2013, especially the uh, sectoral and it's related to decentralization as well. And we mainly work in agriculture currently, but before I work with several sectoral area like in education, water and sanitation, and social security or human protection project as well. So it's but still, yeah, mainly for rural and community development. Prior to that, just recently, I just finished decentralization and SDG related course from the DLOC, Decentralization and Local Governments, and the GIJETs, and Localizing SDG with ADB e-learning course. With that, I get exposed and get connected to this, subscribe to this course. So that's all from me, and I look forward to learn from you all. Thank you.
So you can answer the questionnaire with your eyes closed.
Thank you.
Remember, you have until Sunday to do it. OG, so let's listen from Turkey.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm Özge. I'm working as SDG ambassador at Marmara Municipalities Union, which is a regional local government association in Turkey. We have more than 190 members, including Istanbul. Maybe you have heard of it. And as the SDG ambassador, I'm basically coordinating Marmara Municipalities Union's SDG related works. And also I'm leading the SDG working group at Marmara Municipalities Union. And that's all, I think.
Another one who will answer my questionnaire with eyes closed. No, it's great to have you here, Ozgi, because you more than bringing the, how can I say, the look from different governments, you bring the perspective of an association, and you're going to see through the documents that we're going to share that we do have examples from associations in terms of SDG localization and other strategies. And in our group, you not only have local governments, but we have Agatha here that works for regional government as well. So you'll see the different, I think that the good part is to see the different perspectives that different institutions have and how they can work and help not only localizing SDGs, but achieving the goals from the 2030 agenda.
Yeah.
Agatha.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Agatha. I work in this regional government in the Rio de Janeiro state since 2019. And until then, I was a young activist, and I used to be part from different youth organizations. And I was as well SDG young leader. So, and now in the government, we are having this strategy to implement the SDGs at local level. And yesterday I was discussing the task 2 with my boss. And so when they told me to tell you that we are having a decree in our state that will be mandatory to connect all the policies to the SDGs. So we are going to, now we do this, but more informal. But now it's going to be something from the governor to the other sectors. And in the government, I work more in the environmental institution, the environmental sector. That's the Secretariat for Environment. So I think that's all in the moment.
Thanks, Agatha. Good news.
Decree
You know
is decreto, né? Is right what I said.
Yeah, yeah. You know that I live very close to the palace. So it's good when I have good news from there.
So, and it's a lot of good news. We are organizing the Rio Plus 30, and maybe I will need to leave a bit earlier to present the Rio Plus 30 another meeting. I'm out of this meeting to be here with you, but now in the government we are talking so much about SDGs and sustainable development, and we want the next year to be the official year for sustainable development the state. So, and from inside, at least me and my team, my boss and my team, we are making a lot of efforts to push the system from inside to outside. So,
you know, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing to have you here, so you can always bring us up-to-date news from the Rio Plus 30, because some people maybe will be able to join us next year here in Brazil, and this very important discussion. So Tushar, before you sleep,
Yes.
share
I'm
with
the
us.
last one. So yeah. Hi all, I'm Tushar and I'm coming from India. Basically by profession, I'm a computer engineer with a master's which I did from disaster management. Actually, it was the first course launch in India in the year 2007, and I'm from the foundation batch. So apart from that, actually, I worked with government for 3 years, serving 2 districts. And basically, I was working as a district disaster management officer, where I was in charge of the revenue department of relief and rehabilitation, looking more closely to disaster impacts, and working in 3 broad areas of like capacity building, training, and awareness generation, and preparing the SOPs, the standard operating procedures for various disasters. So basically, this project was to make people aware of from the responsive attitude towards disasters. This project was like more proactive approach, while empowering people, training them, and then taking them to the next level. Like it's like working with the last mile. And I was fortunate enough to work with district administration as a head. So I was working with a lot of different stakeholders, right from the village people who are living outside of the urban perimeter to rural areas. So it was quite a nice mix, and I got a lot of learnings. Apart from that, I worked with the Deutsche Bank and in corporate security and business continuity, wherein I was in charge of the security and safety aspects of the entire DB operations, which basically they have total 19 operations, and how a bank runs on that safety measures. That was like, so I come with a background of government as well as private sector. And I have learning. I love learning new things, because, it actually driving force for me to, inculcate new things, new learnings, and whatever I learn, I try to impart it in my work. So I somehow, I came to this course just through ma'am, I think Olga Shashkina. She is the coach. I mean, she actually posted and I just applied it. I don't know how I came, but I said, being curious and curious, being passionately curious of learning new things. And that's how I guess. And then when I relate myself with this course is like, the disaster management, Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction, the Paris Agreement, and the sustainable development agenda. These three agendas which we are trying to actually work on. And we are focusing on to, churn out the best of all these things. And its culmination is a sustainable life, which we are working on. where we are trying to reduce the vulnerability of disasters. Apart from that, we are trying to improve the existing inequalities by working and focusing on them. And these SDG agendas are actually the pillars of, these are like, the frameworks or pathways wherein we are trying to resolve those issues. Though, there existing, existing challenges, but it's like, the global world, like, I right now talking and, communicating with you through a person sitting in India and talking with a Brazilian. So that's how, we are trying to share it. And, the SDG 17, that aspect I really believe in, because, collaboration in a partnership, and, this is how you learn and try to use best practices. And I'm here to learn as well as gain from you also, your perspective, your dimension, so that it broaden my vision. And whatever work I do, like, I impart trainings also for various kind of stakeholders, right from, college students, from the senior lecturers of, universities. And I impart those things, so which they haven't even know, like, so, and I have to actually translate that information in the vernacular language itself. So it's very challenging also. So this actually keeps me more motivated. And actually, I intend to do a PhD, and I'm currently applying for it. So I would love to be, learning and taking this course to the next level wherever I do. I try to impart that education to the varied stakeholders wherever I go. And previously, I was selected for UCLG's Resilient City course, which was, conducted by Seoul Metropolitan Government. So it was quite an interesting course wherein I learned how a city can be made, more proactive in, dealing with this disaster challenges, as well as improving its, workability. So I think this is actually the knowledge which I come with, and I would like to share it as well as learn from you also. So whatever field of strength you come from, actually this actually is a platform wherein everybody's trying to share and, learn from mutual things. And I like this concept because, this is how you learn. It's like, it's not like, you having an accolades, degrees and everything, but it's the, share of experience, how challenges you faced and how you try to, because, and theory, what is being taught is very different from the practicality when we actually work. So that gap we need to bridge it. And I think this is what I would love to be, this is what I need to say. And thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
No, thanks for joining us again. You and Agatha are joining us again. And I have already said that I like when you say that, because I don't see myself in this course as a professor. I see you more as a guide that will guide you through the readings, through the videos, through the discussions, because I also learn a lot with all of you, because we are really from different parts of the world. But I think that by the end of the day, we are all looking for the same thing, that we have adopted the agenda in our work or in our practice. In the sense, for me, it's to show people that we need to reduce inequalities in the world, and that the agenda can guide somehow local, regional, or national governments how to think about their policies. If they don't know what to do, if they at least go through the 17 SDGs, you're going to find some illumination, in the sense, if you go this way, you are going to reduce inequalities in your territory. I think it's a good guidance in this sense. And we have updated the documents you were reading. It's a totally new version from the course of the last year, especially numbers, facts and figures and examples. So we went through a lot of research in the past few months to give you the opportunity to see new I'm not sure best practices are the best word, but I think that inspiring experience that you will be able to see and go through, and most of them they're gonna have, and the English course, it's easier to find examples because everybody put things in English when it goes through Spanish and French, it's quite impossible to find things that are not from France, or French speakers countries in Africa. But in English, we can find examples from all over the world. And then you have this opportunity, because I always like to, and you're going to see this in the documents, you'll find documents, web pages, videos. And if you really have the time, go through it, because it's really inspiring. We have small cities, almost villages, doing amazing work. We have big cities, metropolis, megalopolis, doing a lot of things, metropolitan areas, regional governments, and associations. So if you have the time, go through the examples and pay attention to the platform, because you are not necessarily going to receive all the information in your email. Only the message that we really send, you're going to receive it. From the general communication forum, you don't receive a message. You have to go through the platform to see if not only me, because you're also able to do posts there. And if you want, for example, Agatha, if there's already a web page or press release regarding Rio Plus 30, if you want to share with your colleagues, go on the Global Communication Forum and add there. And this is for all of you. It's an opportunity for you to share documents, videos, things that you find during the course, share with your colleagues. Because the idea is for us to create a network, and that you're going to be able to continue talking to each other after the course. Most of the students from last year's course, we are all connected through LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. So I know what they are doing. So I can still have them our inspiration, especially for some of the examples that we have added in the baseline document that we have produced during the reveal of the content of the course. Do you have any questions regarding the course? Any doubts on the chapters? Please, Agatha.
So regarding the task 2, we are going to have a specific moment to discuss this, or when we have questions, we just to write in the forum? Okay.
Or you send me or a message. You can send me message through the platform, or you can send me a WhatsApp message.
Okay, so one question that I have is, for example, the goals to relate are SDG 1.5, SDG 4.3. So when we connect, we need to connect to all of them, or we just one of them? Okay.
Only
and I
one.
don't need to think at the government as a whole. I can use only the Secretariat for Environment.
Yeah, you can focus.
Perfect.
So you have to choose only one target, and then the one that's closer to your reality, or that the one that makes you comfortable to discuss. So we'll be able to share, and you have to find only one. It's the exercise. It's more for us to have an idea if you have understood what you have read before in chapter 0 and chapter 1. So if you have already localized yourself in the agenda, and you have connected that with your work, because some of your colleagues have said for us, I have heard about the agenda, but I only read about it once the course started. So for some people, different from you or for Ozgi, she's an ambassador. So you really know what we're talking about. Some people, they don't. So this first exercise, it's for you to connect yourselves with the agenda. So not only an SDG, but a specific target. And you have until next week, but the questionnaire is this Sunday.
Questionnaire is done.
Good girl. Any other question? No, so once again, thanks for joining us. Like I said to Agatha, if you have any doubts regarding content or the exercise, you can send me a message directly to me through the platform. If you think just like Vil did, if you find any mistakes, or do you think that your doubt, it's an opportunity for your colleagues to share something, do it in the Global Communication Forum. So make usual to give a look there. Share texts, documents, videos, whatever you want. So we can start sharing our knowledge with our colleagues. So this Sunday, it's time for us to finish the task 1, which means the questionnaire. And then you have an extra week for task 2. After that, we are going to have chapter 2, and then things are going to start to get deep, because you're going to go through deeper into the agenda, and then exercises are going to be, I think in chapter 2, we're going to have the group exercise. And by the end of chapter 2, we're going to have, in the very beginning of chapter 3, we're going to have the first Zoom meeting. And then it's going to be different from you just talking to me like, oh, I live here, I do that. Then it's exercise, and everything counts on your final grade of the course. So evaluation starts. Okay.
Yes.
So have a wonderful weekend. Weather here is horrible. We have holiday next week in Brazil, and I heard that it's gonna rain the whole holiday. The good part is that I have a lot of things to do, so it doesn't matter if it's raining or not, I have to work. The only problem with the rain is this small beauty here that stays at home, boring. Just like I can go out, but it's part. So thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend. Any doubts on the questionnaire, drop me a line, send me a message. You all have my WhatsApp. Remember time zone. So if it takes me a little bit to answer, it's because probably I'm sleeping. But I will always answer you as soon as I can. Okay?
Yes.
See you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you.
joining us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.